street closure or open street 吗？但是我来了以后并。
Susan Chan and I went door to door, and we met with the people. We showed them the letter of what we wanted them to sign, and everyone universally agreed that they want everything to remain the same. There's a lot of businesses that are not just restaurants. There's other businesses that require, like grocery stores and stores that sell goods. They rely on people who have a car because people drive in, they want to support Chinatown, but they're not going to carry it home on the subway, they're not taking a bus, and they're not walking home. They also could be shopping for multiple families. So those are very important customers to us, because if you can afford a car, you have more money than a lot of people in New York. So we don't want to turn those people away. They've always been, in the history of Chinatown, those have always been very valuable customers. There's still people asking, they want to put a night market and they want to have Mott Street closed. You know, there's a concern about night market. There's a concern that 500 people a night is what they predict will come to Chinatown, but it's after hours. The application for the night market is to 1 a.m. Who is going to be patronizing empty stores at 1 a.m.? Which means they would have to bring in outside vendors. So what we want to say is, number one, it's a safety issue. You know, Chinatown has almost very, very few COVID cases in Chinatown. In fact, our zip code is one of the lowest in the whole city. If you bring 500 people a night for several nights in a week who are not from our community, we may see an increase, particularly from the residents catching this disease.
Semi-open, semi-closed, fully open, fully closed, seasonal street. Every single one of the program right now is in play in Chinatown right now. We don't have a preference for a particular one program.
所以这个夜市的这个申请并没有通过是吗？
没有，它是通过就是说你要用 Bay Street 拿来做这个 outdoor seating， 因为它不单只是说时间不会允许的，因为你假如1万家餐馆全部都是要申请是说晚上要弄到1、2点的话，那你也晓得就是说很多人会说，那为什么我要在11点钟就要打烊，对不对？那另外一个大家可能没晓得就是说 Bay Street 除了火灾那个街本来封之后，当初他们申请的时候并不晓得就是说这些商家会在Bay Street 开始自己叮叮打打，然后后来等到你申请的这个 application 之后，他们这个 seating 已经有了。那既然有那个座位的话，那就是跟当初申请的时候那个 context 不一样了。
In terms of the Chinatown, the other Chinatowns in New York City, in Brooklyn as well as Queens, the meter fees are significantly lower than Manhattan. So it's really hard to compete with the other Chinatowns as well, because if they need to choose a Chinatown to buy from, a lot of people will probably choose a Chinatown that would offer either free or reduced fee parking.
不是上次他们调整这个 parking fee 的时候，我正好在这个交通局那里开会，那这个我们的市议员陈建文也有参加，然后我就亲眼看到这个陈建文追着这个交通局的这个 Manhattan 的区的代表，就是说你一定要想办法把唐人街的这个 parking 的这个 rate 最少不能高过法拉盛或者不能高过这个 Brooklyn。那他们后来我晓得有开会，可是呢交通局是说比较困难调整。唐人街实际上在我们附近有3100多部停车位置，老天爷！现在的人流都是问题什么了？白天有人来，周末有人来，到晚上没有人来，晚上到处都是停车位置。
Although these politicians came down to Chinatown, they didn't even include our local council member. They didn't include the bid. And we've been talking to our council member and the bid almost weekly since March. So you have to question, what was the motivation if you're not going to include the local people who have been communicating with business all along? Or was it just a campaign issue? Was it something to promote somebody who's running for office? Because it really seemed very strange. And also to not include more than just one business. How come nobody goes to East Broadway? How come they don't bring them to Elizabeth Street? Elizabeth Street has been locked down by the NYPD since the riots. Why isn't anyone helping those businesses on Elizabeth Street?
You have to understand, my job is not to be doing this. I have to run a business, and
That's
it
right.
seems like every week or every other week they bring in another politician, just for the photo ops. I don't care about photo ops. I don't care about getting recognition for the job that I do. What I'm concerned about is every week I have to do this. Now, once and for all, I went out to the business owners because I really want to know myself personally. What do my neighbors really feel about the situation? I don't want to put, my thoughts in there as if it's, the one and only. So, and this is what I found out, there's 75 genuine signatures that the managers or business owners have signed. When it's a